Don't do it anymore. Stop. Stop today. You can't drive thoracic mobility through the lumbar spine. It doesn't work. Just so you understand anatomy, lumbar spine is not made to move. It's made to support load. If you go and you read, whatever, read Shirley Sarman's book, read Porterfield DeRosa's book, whatever you read, 15 degrees total motion at the lumbar spine. You know what the most motion is? I'm going to take a wild guess where the most motion is. L5S1. Guess what? Does everybody that you know that had a lumbar disc problem have it at L5S1? Because that's the one that moves the most. All the rest move about 2.5 degrees at each one. Whenever somebody says, oh yeah, I got a disc problem, I'm always like, L5S1? And they're like, how do you know? I'm like, I'm unbelievable, I know it's like 20 whatever discs, but I knew which one to pick off the top of my head. Like, no, you gotta pick the one that moves the most. Because that's the one that breaks first. Particularly if you do lots of stupid stuff to warm up. Shit like this, and swing your legs around. All that's going to do is transfer force where you don't want it to go. What we're going to do in warming up is show people how to put the force where we want it. Get the right, Shirley Sarman, the right joint, moving the right muscle at the right time. Hey, Dan John, how are you? Thanks for coming. It's a pleasure to have you here in the audience.
You should have seen him before.
That's right. I used to help him warm up. Rotary stability, thoracic mobility, okay? So when we're looking, thoracic mobility, shoulder mobility. It's really good when you get somebody who can't touch their hands like this, and suddenly you get their T-spine moving, all of a sudden, bang. You'll amaze. It's like a magic trick sometimes. You'll get someone who has, an 8-inch gap between their hands, and you do a little T-spine work, and all of a sudden it's a 4-inch gap, and they look at you like, how did that happen? It's like, yeah, we made your arms move better by not moving your arms. That's pretty cool. But it will show you how interrelated. So most of your shoulder correctives, shoulder mobility correctives, are going to be aimed at your thoracic spine. This one is not. Floor slides. I love floor slides. This is as simple as it gets. Lying here, and all we're going to ask them to do is do an overhead press. Okay, and I'm going to get in. Why are my knees bent again? Come on, it's the same answer to the first two questions. To limit the movement of the lumbar spine, right? If I lay here in extension, my spine is going to go into extension. If I flex here, I'm going to be able to flatten my lumbar spine out. You will be shocked, and look at my left hand if you can see. Bad left shoulder, left hand does not touch. If I want to make my left hand touch, see what I just did to make that flat? What did I do? I extended my lumbar spine. That should tell you something. That told me something big. It told me why I don't like back squatting very much anymore. Because you know what the compensation is for lack of shoulder mobility? Lumbar extension. So if you get someone who I can't get my hands on the bar, there's only one way they're going to get their hands on the bar. They're going to crank up the facets in their lumbar spine really hard, and they're going to be that person who keeps coming in with that generic, like my back always aches. And you realize, well, it's because you have crappy shoulder mobility, and I keep making you put these bars on your back, and I'm hurting you. Okay? That's what happened. So just try that floor slide.